out. So we're moving to the next section in our workbook. Visualize and thrive. How has it been for you guys so far? I cannot hear you people. Interesting. You know what, I'll just vex and be going, no. You want me to go? You saw somebody say yes? No, don't do that. All right, so the next one will be C.E.R.I. And C is for seize, E is for elevate, R is for reduce, I is for innovate. And I'll just quickly explain that, right? So are you excited about where you see yourself at the end? So by 2024, what I've told you guys to write down. Great. I am too. But for that to happen, we need to C.E.R.I. to achieve the results. And what are the things your goals require to stop? You require to stop, or new ways that requires you for you to adopt. Now cease is cease from habits or activities that will hinder your progress. Are there certain things in your life right now that you must cease? Operation cease. You have to stop it, because if you're not careful, it's hindering your progress. Can somebody give me an example of something that you feel like? Procrastination. That's a universal problem. So idleness. Any other? Social media. Some of us will be deceiving ourselves that, I'm just on social media just for business and all that. But you only do business like 2 minutes, and then remaining 10 hours. What this person said, what is trending? Okay, the thing that is trending now, how is it affecting your own life? If they ask you now to come and do presentation, will you present the trending topics that are happening? No. So, what do you say? Overspending. Yeah. I mean, like, you will tell yourself the things that you need to seize. My own might be different from your own, right? I remember I was a chronic procrastinator. Like, you know that type that you know that you are supposed to see. You're supposed to stand up and read. For example, I was in university. Just stand up and read. You know, you finish sleeping. You slept 8 hours. You've eaten. You know how you say, I'll do it when I wake up. I say, I'll do it when I eat. I'll do it when everything has aligned. Everything is fine. Yeah, now just carry the book now and read. You not read. And then one day I just told myself that, see, look, I need to change. And I was very realistic with myself. I told myself that I know that I may not be able to completely eliminate procrastination 100%. But if I even reach like 70, 80, 70 is already A now. And then I began to tell myself that these are the things that I feel like I would achieve if I eliminated procrastination. And so that's what I started doing. And I realized that results, they don't care. You need to put in the work, whether you're in the mood or you're not in the mood. Let me give you an example. Like I told you people that I used to go to the gym. I still went to the gym this morning. And as we were doing the squatting and the everything, I was just telling myself that this thing is hard. I was not even in the mood. Like, because in my mind, I was like, after I need to be here, and I needed to be here on time. And so that's what that was on my mind. But I was doing it as my instructor was shouting on my head, jump squats, do this one, do that one. I wasn't in the mood. But guess what? Would the result not show? It will show. So there are some days that you might not be in the mood to contribute towards your goal. But do it anyways. If it's grudgingly you want to do it, do it. Because results, they don't care whether you are in the mood or you're not in the mood. Once you feed the things that it needs, you will see results for it. Right? So the next part will be elevate. So effort and resources in areas that directly contribute to your goals. So what are the efforts and resources that you're going in areas that directly contribute to your goals? So what are the things that you're going to elevate in this year? Anyone wants to help? This side, they really helped with the C's part. So I think that maybe this part. In relationships, you want to elevate your relationships. Amazing, amazing. Any other personal development you want to elevate in that area? Yes?
Delegating more in my business.
Sorry. So
Delegating more in my
delegating more. That's beautiful. Most people don't know how to delegate. They just feel like if it's not them, then it cannot, and that's not a good mindset at all. The next would be reduce. So excessive behaviors or commitment that don't contribute towards your goal. So what are the things they are going to? So it's almost similar. It's similar to the C's one. What are you going to? But the C's there is you stop doing them. Social media. I'm not going to tell you that you should stop social media because it has its good and But what are you going to reduce? Excessive behaviors or commitment that don't contribute to your goal. Me, what I decided, I think it was August of last year, that I was going to reduce. And you guys might think that why? Because again, like one of my goals for the year is to be a global public speaker. One of the things that I decided last year, August, was I was going to reduce the number of speaking engagements I was going to be taking. Because I realized that in a month, I might have close to like 15 to 20 speaking engagements. And I'll just be saying yes, 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 as long as, and so it began to affect. Sorry? Other aspects. Family, it meant that I was not always home like that. It meant that in my business, when I'm supposed to be making some decisions, I'm on one stage or the other. And so my team, they would have to thankfully I put structure in my business, but there's still some certain things that they will still need my direction on. And they know that if they don't catch me by 7 a.m., it's maybe like 9 p.m. And so I decided that I was only going to be taking the very, very important ones. And so I moved from having almost 20 speaking engagements in a month to saying that I would only have one in a month. Even though this January, this is my second one, but I tried. Didn't I not try? I tried now. Thank you very much. And so I looked at it. So now I look at the platforms and I'm like, yes, I really, because for me, what had happened was I wanted to just give value. I wanted to be impacting. But I was like, you know what? I also need to balance things out. And so which are the important platforms that can take me to the next level? And it's not that I'm being selfish, but thank you very much for the permission. No, so I'm selfish, right? But yeah, you get my point. And I'm like, you know what? What are the platforms that will take me to the next level? Now we have our director of SME and banking over there. I'm speaking here. I'm just meeting him for the first time. Who knows? Tomorrow now, they can say I should come and speak to everybody. Do you understand? Those are like, I don't know if I'm shooting my shot sharp, but you get where I'm going to exactly. So for me, I said I was going to reduce. So that's one thing that I had to sit down and tell myself I was going to reduce. Social media as well. That one I try. So I'll just go in, post, make 1 or 2 comments here and there, and then I'm out. Because again, for social media, for you to maintain that, maintain the, what's the English again? Online presence, you need to be consistent, and the algorithm needs to see that you are making efforts. And so that's the reason why I do that. So what are the things that you feel like you need to reduce? Some of us, we need to reduce our spending. It's not everything that your eye sees that you must buy. Some of us, we don't even need to make extra income. We just need to reduce and close so many holes and so many gaps, right? Some of us, I understand though, you are the father of nations, you are the mother of nations. Everybody that comes to you, they say, oh, I've not, my child has not eaten today, or they need you to pay their school fees. They'll be putting you on emotional roller coaster. Hey, you are not El Shaddai, if not you shall die. So you tell yourself, so what I do, because honestly, first of all, let's even eliminate those that are scammers. You have family members that are scammers. I hope we don't have such family members, but somehow, you always have one uncle or cousin or niece or nephew that would always come. So what I decided to do was I would have a budget monthly for giving. Because if you're not careful, you will give out everything. And then you'll not be upset. Because guess what? They say next of kin, not a pity person. Like you would have kept your millions. The next of kin just comes, you can wipe it under 1 month. So I decided I remember that time, this was maybe like 8 years ago. I started from 20,000. If you come, the first person that comes, if their needs is 20,000 and I give you, the next person that comes, I tell you I'm so sorry, I don't have. If the first person that came was gracious and their needs was 5,000, no wahala. It means that maybe I still have like 2 or 3 more people to do charity for, and I give them. Once that door has closed, that's it. Guess what? What did that do for me? I used to have like guilty conscience that I wasn't helping, that I was a wicked person. My mind, I've already given, and then I'm fine because I also need to be responsible for my finances, right? I remember back then, like if you go and meet my husband and ask him for money, mama will tell you that I can't do, because if I give you all my money and it finishes, if I come and meet you now and I need to pay house rent, I need to pay school fees, will you answer me? You will not answer me, right? So you need to be extreme. So for in terms of like charity, in terms of like giving, yes, give, but please have a budget to it. And thank God we are here, and then 234 is organizing this, and I'm sure that we would, we learn 1 or 2 things from there. So what are we reducing? I hope we are writing. And then the last one is innovate. Introduce new strategies that will bring you closer to achieving your goal. So in terms of like your business, what are the innovations that you can include that will make you faster, more efficient, more productive, and then you can even earn more money? So things that you normally typically do for maybe 12 hours, how can you reduce that time to maybe like 2 hours so that you are more productive and you're more efficient? Aside from that, what are some of the things that you can just innovate? Can anybody share anything that they feel like they can bring to their businesses or their career or their family or their relationship, that's in terms of innovation? Anyone? Okay.
So one way I think I can add innovation to my business is automation. As easy as creating a seller account, I can put that idea. People can easily reach automation. Even when I'm sitting and someone is doing an order, it will help my business go to the long run.
I love it.
Receipts and things that give them that legit option that this business is credible.
I love it. There's something that she said that was very key. Did anybody pick it? I know we get that English. No, I get it. Oh God. When you are sleeping, alert is just pam 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 pam. You're waking up. Imagine you're waking up every day to alert. Don't you think that it will be good for your mental health, your body, everything you will just be happy. Just that you should not be too happy when you start dashing money. When anybody that says, "Oh, sir, you look so good today, ma, you look so good," say, "Oh, just take this quick 50,000." No, that's not what we're talking about. Yes. So, thank you so much. Somebody else? Yeah, you wanted to say something else.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I'm Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
So I manage a textile store where we sell eyeglasses, heat lenses, and
I'm so sorry. So sorry to cut you. Please, I know that we are all here. We probably don't know one another, and I apologize to 234 Finance for doing this. But please patronize one another, right? So if you hear someone, sorry, what did you say?
so it's very important.
Yes, very important. Yes. So if you hear, please try to speak to one another about your businesses. Even if you're not going to patronize the person, but at least sow the seeds of your business into people, such that when you are in rooms where the person is not, and somebody, for example, says, "Oh, I need an optical." Sorry, sister, say it again. What do you do there?
Sell glasses.
Sell glasses, exactly. So maybe you're in the office and then your boss says, "Oh, I really need to change my lenses," and then you say, "Oh, you don't need it, but you were here." But then you remember Evelyn, and then you put Evelyn, you give Evelyn a call, and then vice versa as well. So please, let's open our minds. I mean, that's the way we're going to make money now. by 2020, by the end of 2024, we are all smiling. Again, any transactions that happen here, 10%. All right, thank you. So even me too. I'm increasing. Many sources of income I've generated in this place like this now. So I'm very excited for you guys to cross connect. Yeah, continue.
Okay, so one of the things that I thought of doing this year was to introduce another stream of income within my business. So I'm still pretty much thinking about it and researching, but then it's like I will, reach out to clinics, eye clinics, and then offer them to maybe partner with them to be like their sales strategies, but just for obstacles and all of that. So.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. And if anybody thinks that they can help Evelyn in that area, please reach out to her. Yes, my friend in blue. You want to say something? Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Evelyn Dapo. I'm an event planner, and one of the things that, first of all, I'm an event planner, I plan social, corporate, and weddings. So one of the things that I decided to do this year was to do other types of events, not only events for people, but curate my own type of events that people would, pay to come for. And this is a way to create more visibility for me as well, and for people to know that I'm an event planner as well. So I actually have something coming up this Valentine's Day. It's happening on the 14th, actually in the evening, and there's going to be dinner.
I love it. There's going
to be a lot, of good things.
Sister, it's okay if we leave you now. I love it so much. And then there's also opportunity for collaboration. So I see that there are at least 2 event planners here already. They are. So you guys can decide to come up with something. Collaboration is so beautiful. And I always say that now poor man no they collaborate. Now poor is like I should loud it. Now poor man no they collaborate. Rich people collaborate. How many people have iPhones here? Okay, it's not like I'm saying it so that for bragging rights or anything. Do you know who makes iPhone screens? Thank you. Samsung makes iPhone screens. In fact, iPhone doesn't even manufacture anything. They don't manufacture anything. In fact, once they just put out their logo of Apple that they have beaten small. And then I hear that to manufacture the entire iPhone, I don't think it's up to $100. And then they will sell it like 400, 500, or more than 1,000%, right? But guess what? That's like branding. There's a lot of things that has gone into it, like soft things. But I just say that to say, imagine Samsung saying, no, we are competing. We're not going to collaborate. Who is smiling to the bank? And Samsung will not come and tell you that they are, I don't know if they publicize it like that. And if anything happens to your iPhone, do you go and meet Samsung? You don't go and meet Samsung. This iPhone you go back to, then Apple will then find a way to sort you out. So I just say this to say, if you have like a big mindset, then you see that collaboration is actually great for you. I always say that I'd rather have 10% of a $10 billion company than have 100% of a $1 million company. Right? Because what am I using my 100% for? If it's one, then they tell me that we are 5 of us, we are coming together to set up this $100 billion company. If you just give 1%, if I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all right. Right? So this year also let's think about how we can collaborate, because when we collaborate, we go even far. Now Moji and Lade, yeah, both of you are in fashion, Abi. You can decide that okay, for Easter, what do you want to do together, and you can collaborate and do like a fantastic piece. I'm not saying that then you now have to join your businesses together. You can still be running your individual businesses, but then have like special events where you can come together, create, and you see that when you put 2 heads, you always say that 2 heads are better than one. when you put two heads together, two heads, two good heads. You're absolutely correct. Because to some people, 10 heads is not even not up to half head. So two good heads better than one. So you can. So there are different ways that you can collaborate. And this year, just have the abundance mindset. So we will soon be. So are we writing our workbooks? Okay. So things that we need to seize from things that we'll be elevating this year in every area of our lives: family, business, career, finances, spiritual goals, fitness goals, things that we are going to elevate, reduce. On my phone, it tells me how much screen time. I don't know if you guys that happens to you. And so every time that I see that my screen time reduced, I'm always happy. When I see that it's increased, I'm not so happy because I'm thinking, what am I doing with my life? Why am I on my phone so much? But then my phone is also my office, so I just use that one to console myself. But I'm actually doing serious work. Yes, so I'm hoping that you set your C.E.R.I goal for your family, for your relationship, for your career, your personal growth, fun and recreation. So for me, I always include one form of fun or recreation at least once in a week. So it's either I go to the spa or I go by myself to a restaurant. If I come out and no answer me, no voila, I'll call my friend, we'll go, we'll eat, we'll laugh, ha 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 ha. And there's just something that it does to you. You feel refreshed, you feel energized, and then you go. Sometimes it might just be, reading a book under the mango tree, let breeze. But I don't know if the way Lagos is now, I don't know if we really have quality, fresh air. Ideally, I just want to sit down. The beach is behind my house. In fact, there's a gate at the back of my estate that once you cross that gate, you have landed on the beach. And so sometimes I hear the waves of water, and even though they've locked that gate now because things were occurring. But yeah, just sitting down, being still can just be some form of relaxation that you need for that day or for that week. So just, try to incorporate one activity that will be fun. Because I don't want us to just think about only work, and not really enjoy these things that we are working for, or the people that we're working for, right? Very, very important. You can go see a movie. Just that for Nigeria, we don't have so many options out there. Like if you were out of the country, you would see you can go to an amusement park. So that here, now if they say you should go to an amusement park, you don't know when the ride is going up. It can go up, but you don't know whether it will come down. And so that's the only. Don't let me talk. No, someone wanted to go in December, but started hearing funny things. So you say let's just sit down where we are. So yes, please include fun and if you don't know how to have fun, you can Google or you can ask people, what can I do? Or what you just ask yourself, what some people you just maybe might even be knitting. Does anyone know how to knit here? Yeah, you can, Abby. I think that's one thing that I'm going to add to my skills. I just want to sit down. There was a day this person was speaking. What's her name? Miss Dolapo Oshibajo, wife of the former vice president. She said that she knits, right? She doesn't do it for business. She just does it for hobby, and then it just calms her down. I'm like, person that I'm eating well that can, I can say such. So imagine me now. I'm chasing to that. So I want to sit down, be knitting. It will not. I won't finish it. So. Now I'm stressing my brain now. I don't want to stress my brain. But again, if that's what is going to relax you, right? Yeah. So you can also. That's why I said for me, I want to even paint, music. You can Netflix and chill as well. I mean, there are lots of things. Again, I always say that once there is a way, there'll always be a will. So you can write. I run a mentorship program, and I usually tell the ladies there that, and they submit this assignment to me, that they should write out 90 things that they will do for fun. So you can decide, you can adopt it to 90 things. 90. 90. I'm not saying that you not be doing the 90 things every day, or like they're just different. It can be as simple as, you know, that sometimes that you eat some good food that gives joy. You can just decide that today I deserve one hot bowl of amala, gbegiri, ewedu, and cold Coke with ice. Even though I'm not encouraging bad behavior, sharp, or some days, you know, you need it, or father, or whatever it's like. It can be food, it can be
local.
huh? Abacha. You can eat abacha. You can say that your own is pasta. I don't do local, I do global, anything. So 90 things, it stretches your brain, it stretches, and you realize that some of the things that you actually do enjoy, that you've taken for granted, you begin to notice them. And then you cannot incorporate them either into your daily or your weekly life. Again, when you're 70, when people are talking about how amazing you were, you are, you want to be able to tell yourself of a truth that you actually lived a fulfilled life. Very key, very, very important. Somebody that I tell people, and I'm going to live long in Jesus' name. And you will live long as well. But I always tell myself that if Jesus Christ decides to come today now, I'm happy that I've lived a fulfilled life. Up until where I am now, I know there's still so much ahead. But the thing that I've already achieved, and not even just in terms of like material thing that I've achieved, but do you know what it means for someone to say that they actually fulfilled in life? It's not from a place of just material things. There is something deeper, right? And I have that assurance. And so that's how I want you to live. You can rise in your career, you can rise in ranks, but you may not truly be happy. And also remember that, you know, society doesn't have to define what success means to you or define what your achievements are. You are the one that will define. And tell yourself that you are enough. I need you to say, I am enough. I can't hear you. I am enough. And I live an abundant life. So before we leave today, we'll do a declaration. It's very long, but that will be like our closing charge. And then I will need you to believe it as you say it, right? Does anybody have any questions as we begin to round this off? Any question? Any contribution? Okay. If your voice is loud enough, no problem.
Any idea of what you can do probably when you are much less busy aside from social media? Is there anything you can advise? Because I realize I do a lot of social media. It's just while doing myself. Is there any other thing you can advise you can adopt that idea instead of just being on social media doing that?
Fantastic. I'm the best person for you to ask that question. You will read books. You read books. So, for me too, right, I'm, like in the last few years, I've really slowed down on my reading of books. And I just tell myself that I don't have time. Until one day when I tried to like do like an audit of how I spend my time. And I realized that almost like 60% of it goes to things that I can't really either account for, or things that like social media. And it's so addictive, to be honest. You wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that you're picking. And if you're not careful, you're supposed to go out by 8 a.m. You are still there by 7:30. By 7:30, you drop your phone, you're rushing. You know the thing that you can do in 1 hour. If you just decide that you're going to pick up a book and you dedicate 1 hour every day. There's something that I'm currently doing now. It's called 75 Hard. I don't know if you've heard of it before. Has anybody heard of 75 Hard? 75 Hard. So 75 Hard, it means that you will do 2 workouts in a day, at least 45 minutes. You will read at least 10 pages of a book in a day. You will drink at least, okay, so for me, I do 3 liters, but I think they say like 4.5 for like men, and then for women, 3 liters. You will, then you will stick to a diet plan. I think that those are the four things, and then you just take a daily picture of yourself just so that you can see progress. But the two most important things for me on that list is the exercise and then the reading of the book. I realized that as I started January 8th, so I think I'm on day 23 now, or day 24, right? And I realized that when I pick up a book to read, I'm going to do for 75 days. Yes, because it also teaches you consistency, discipline, and all of those things. Because the thing is, if you miss a day, that starts all over again. So if you get to day 60 and you did not, you start all over again. So what I even did, and that's another thing, that you need to be able to know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. I know that sort of like I'm a person of discipline, and I'm also consistent. But at the same time, I don't want to give devil a chance, or just be on my own high horses. And so I created a small accountability group. So we have 4 in it, and so we push one another. And the plan is that if you miss a day, there's money that you drop on the table. But the money part is not it. So somebody had already reached the 11, and because you did not read up to 10 pages of the book, and you also have to be truthful, because I'm not going to be with you. If you tell me that you read 10 books, 10 pages, that's it. But you yourself, you know that you did not read it. And so she had already got to day 11, and then she had to start all over again. So what we then said in the group was, okay, we are going forward. But when I get to my day 75, God helping me, I will wait with you till you get to your own 75 as well, right? And that's just the power of accountability. And so if you can, please try to read this year. Last year, I don't think I read up to 2 books, which is extremely bad, and I'm not proud of it at all. But this year, I decided I'm going to read at least 12 books. Yeah. So the 75 hard as well is physical, not audio book. So you have to read. Yes, so it's physical book. Yes, not audio. So yes, so for example, this month I'm almost completing my second book, which I feel like I could have done more. But at the same time, from where I'm coming from, if at January I'm almost done with my second book, I know that with consistency I will be able to pull through and even do more than the 12 books that I want to do. So reading is extremely important. You can also take like courses on like C.E.R.I as well. Just think about that. What do you want to improve on? It might not even be your career or your business. It might just be I want to be a kinder person, or it can also be in terms of like elevating your skills as well. You can take their free courses on C.E.R.I that you can just do in your free time. Before you know what's happening, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you've already completed a course. You can add that. You never can tell. It might even be that course that you take that might be what would help you in like the next big thing that you want to do. There was somebody that we used to be in church together like 4 or 5 years ago. So he just, at the time, he wasn't working, he didn't have a job, and he was looking for a job. But he decided that he was going to be managing projects for church. So if church had like something, maybe like a community project, he would be the one to raise up his hand that he's going to do it. He don't have work anyways. But at least he realized that there's some people that will not have work, but they will still decide that they were going to be sleeping at home. And then he did that for quite a number of years. And then there was a job opening in an oil and gas company, and they needed a project manager. And at the time, he was like, he told himself that I don't have experience in the oil and gas, but at least project manager. And I remember at the time, we encouraged him and said, just package your CV. What's the worst that can happen? Last, they'll tell you no, right? And then he packaged it and told them what he did, right? I put the church, not like even though we thought, he didn't really need to put those details, but just say these are the things that I did. And he eventually got the job. And from there, he rose in rank. And then now he's in the UK, right? So you never can tell those little things that you just need that one step to move forward. And then every other thing begins to align. You take one step. I hope that kind of like helps. And if you can just reduce, so if you used to use maybe like 10 hours on social media, I also don't want you to drastically eliminate it to 0, because if you do that for like a week or 2 weeks, the day you now decide that you want to go back, it might not be 20 hours that you will do it. Just like the way weight loss is, you can tell that you want to cut off sugar, cut off your diet, and then be too extreme, and before you know what's happening, you are like back to zero. Yeah. Somebody wants to say something. Okay.
So, this year I decided that because I didn't like to read,
Mm.
anything read, just don't read it to me.
Mm.
So, this year I decided to read, but I'm looking for like books to read. So, do you have any recommendations on
Books to read.
self or in self development?
I mean, like I would say that everybody has you'd have to find out what you want to achieve in the reading. Because I also don't want you to just carry any book and read just for reading's sake, right? So I decided to have like pillars. So I would read a book on business. I'll read a book on spirituality. I'll read a book on so I said business, spirituality, and then like marriage and relationship, family oriented books that will just help me in terms of like my relationship with my spouse and then my children as well. And then just like maybe any other book that's just for either fun, like all these funny titles that I see. Oh, almost all men in Lagos are mad. Have you heard of that that book? I haven't read it before, but I feel like that's like such an interesting book that I might pick up one of these days, right? So, but for that one, it's not like I'm really going into it to learn anything. It's just to like really laugh and just have a nice time. But I always have like those pillars. So the book that I finished reading was Living the Tarmac. I don't know if you know about the book. It was by the founder of Access Bank, and for me, it was more of like business. So it just made me Living the Tarmac by Ike Boje. Yeah, I used to. It's by Ike. But if you check online, you see Living the Tarmac is a very good book. So I just finished reading that. And then the other one that I'm reading is Hosting His Presence, but that one is more of a spiritual book. And then there's another book after that one, there's another book that I'm looking to read, but that one is on how to be a better employer to my employees. And so it's just like in terms of like business. So I would suggest that you have like pillars, like these are the areas that I want to read books on, and then personal development. So maybe because we're all learning together, I told you that I'm just entering this book reading now. But I would say that I would suggest, and if anybody has any suggestion in the house, that yes, thank you. You can also go to all these bookstores, like on their website, on their Instagram. We have Reverend Heights, you have Latana. Sometimes they would you can go and check all the book covers that they have and see which one resonates with you. That's another way that you can look at it. Yes, so you wanted to.
I have a question,
You look familiar. Have you met before? Okay. All right.
I think I just need some time to see what
Okay. Can we all hear?
No. So I continue a lot of books, so I do that for my friends.
What your reading goal is? Yeah. Per year. Bukola, I'm coming to you. I need a list. So you read how many? You read how many? You read. Sorry, say that again. 98 books. A round of applause. Everybody, this is our mentor. You're a writer. I'm actually just started writing a book like last week. Don't worry, I'm coming to you. Now it's you that will now charge me. My money is leaving my pocket. Yes.
And so I'm in the process where I want to settle with my husband. But also I have an issue. I don't have an issue. Even though I have source another yes. But quality is just design. So even when you want to delegate, you need to delegate and it's writing another ball in time. So I don't know how can I become part of manage staying on. Like, you need to stay like this.
Okay, so that's such a beautiful. And but wait, what I even wanted to say is that there's a section for question and answer later on. So we will take the question because I don't want us to do that now because we need to like now go on our tea break, and but then we would answer the question. So at that time she would. But it's about scaling your business in summary. Scaling your business. Are we good? Good. Okay. So I think that if you can please call. So we said seize, elevate, reduce, and innovate.
When we're comparing the what we achieved for the previous year and looking at the next year, like to what degree does one add to, for instance, you want to for my financial, for what I want to achieve financially. To what extent is it logically okay to just add to it? To make forward to work towards it and to when you're telling yourself, oh, I want to achieve so something is not pulling you back and make one totally just drop it off.
I mean, like again, this differs for various people. So last year, if you had set a goal that you would maybe get like 10 million in revenue, for example, how much percentage did you do? You can start with that. And then this year, you can decide that you want to exit by 2 or exit by 3 or exit by 5 because you don't want to be on the same level as you were last year. The prayer is that you keep growing, every year. Organizations, they continue to set bigger goals than they did the previous year, even though maybe their last goal was say maybe to make 100 billion in revenue. They won't come this year and say, oh, this year we want to make 50 billion. Have you ever heard any company that would say they want to reduce their goals? They would even, it's either they maintain it or they will set it higher. Most often than not, they will always set it here. So you can decide that, the kind of industry that you are in, have you done the research? What's the market share? What's the realistic? Because again, when you're setting goals, I'm sure we've all heard of SMART goals, so you have to set realistic goals. But at the same time, that you're realistic, you also don't want it to be comfortable, right? You don't want to be comfortable. If you say that you're going to set a goal to make 10 million naira this year, and you made the 10 million naira, it meant that from the onset, you did not set a realistic goal. You were very comfortable because you already know in your mind that you hit it. But the whole essence is for you to stretch. And when you stretch, the beautiful thing about stretching your mind is that you begin to find creative ways to hit that target, right? So if somebody was walking, you're just walking, you're just walking, and then all of a sudden you see that 2 dogs were chasing you. 2 dogs, so not just one. And then if anybody here has dog chased you before? Terrible experience. For some reason, maybe there was even a tree that you don't even know that was existing. You don't know how you just find out that you find yourself on top of that tree or on top of a car or something just to avoid that. So sometimes we need something to chase us. We need something to chase. If you're not chasing something or something is not chasing you, you have not started. So if you're just walking, at the time when you were walking, you did not know that you had the ability to do Usain Bolt. You didn't know, but what happened, the circumstances around your immediate environment at the time brought out the Usain Bolt. In fact, Usain Bolt itself is learning walk. You realize that you will run faster than your legs can carry you. So that's like the mindset. So if you just set comfortable goals, you will hit them. But what's the essence of coming to something like this and setting your vision and having your vision board? All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I think I'll just leave the floor open now to Izini.
I hope you're enjoying